welcome the flump back to Just Nuts, guys. If you're living under a rock, if you're not up to date on the business, a lot of shit just happened. We got 22 brand new cards revealed, effects and all, overnight. And I'm making 3 different videos to reveal all of them. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, the last of it is the 6 legacy. They call it legacy support, just means older archetypes from a bunch of the deck build packs, I believe. So actually Spirit Warriors was not a deck build pack, was it? I think it was, maybe. Whatever, doesn't matter what it is. We've got 6 new cards, 1 for each new archetype, and they're all good. Seriously, they're all good for the archetype. They all will see play, I almost guarantee it. And let's just jump right in. So the first one is Philo, Messenger for Hire. That's right, for Hire's coming up first. We have this very adorable birdie, 0 attack, 0 defense. It's like I said, it's the messenger, so he's not for battle, but works for me. Link 1, so it can be Link Karibo fodder. Doesn't float, but you know, I don't know. During your main phase, you can special summon a for hire from your hand, except for itself, you know, basic for hire stuff. Second effect, if a monster for hire is special summoned to your field while you control this card, you can target 1 monster for hire in your grave and special summon it in defense, but place it on the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field. That's really good. We have the guy who adds monsters back from grave to hand, but sometimes you don't have any more extenders after him to special them out. So she gets them right to the field right then and there. If their effect is still live, they can special another monster from hand. If you have it, you know, pretty nice. I think it's a pretty good card. You probably play it. I mean, it's better than the one that just buffs everyone. 500. We also have Yuki Musume, the Ice Mayakashi. Level 1, little cute kimono girl here. Very cute. Love it. Don't like Mayakashis, but I like her. Her design's cool. 0 attack, 1900 defense. Her effect is a hard one's return, her first one at least. If this card in your hand or graveyard while you control a Mayakashi card other than herself, you can special summon her and then just foolish a zombie from deck to grave. That actually blew my mind away, because you can just straight up send like Mizuki, whatever. Like, this is like so good as an extender. As long as you normal summon to Mayakashi, you could just special. This is a free special and foolish of like Mizuki to help you extend even more. Crazy. Second effect says you cannot special summon from your extra deck except for Mayakashi monsters. Of course. But still, it's a nice extender that I think Mayakashis are looking for. I think it definitely helps. Sure. Then we have a really cool impantation card, really interesting impantation, Field Spell. Impantation Secret Study. You know, if there was going to be an impantation field spell, it was going to be like a library of the forbidden arts or whatever. You know what I mean? Some kind of stuff like that. And we're right here, right under that. When this card is activated, you can reveal an incantation monster from your hand, and if you do, special summon 2 monsters with the same name as that monster straight from the deck, then shuffle the revealed monster into the deck. Once per turn, if a ritual monster is special summoned to your field, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Wow. This card's pretty good, I think, right? It's kind of a +1. You trade 1 incantation in your hand for 2 straight to the field, as well as a pop. So going second, you do have a little bit of removal. It's not the craziest removal. It's targeting destruction, but hey, it's better than nothing. It's pretty cool. It needs to be a ritual monster though, so the incantations themselves will not allow you to get the pop. But yeah, you get. I mean, that should be enough to get pretty much any ritual monster you have, as long as you have the stuff in hand. Pretty good, I think, right? I kind of wish that this incantation, that the first effect could activate with an incantation on board, because some of them plus you when they're like special summon. So you could like special summon it to search or whatever, search, special summon again, and then you could activate it to like trade in 1 from the field to get 2 more. So it is from hand, so it kind of can be a little bricky. I feel like definitely for being like needing to open up with an like one solo incantation, but I think it's still a solid card for sure. And it's incantation, so it's possibly searchable by the archetype. All right, now for the stuff I'm most excited about. All three of these cards I'm actually pretty pumped about because these are three of my favorite all-time archetypes. Magical Musket, Bloody Crown. We've got another Magical Musket card. Hallelujah. Continuous Trap. You can only activate, or you can only control one Bloody Crown. There we go. Second effect is hard once per turn. All the Magical Musket cards are hard once per turn. During the main phase, you can special summon one Magical Musket monster from the hand, and if you do, and if your opponent's main monster zone in the same column special summon is unused. So there we go. Special summon a monster from the hand, and if your opponent's main monster zone that he was summoned to is not in use, it cannot be used until the end of the turn. There's a trap card, guys. It can be used on the fly. So this is actually kind of nice for like link plays, making your opponent's link plays super awkward while also extending your plays. This card can kind of allow you to play a slightly higher musketeer count, right? Where if you open two and you want to turbo them out a little quicker, you normal the first one, whatever, just to make your muskets alive, and then on your opponent's turn you can activate this to special from hand, and also lock down a zone to the end of the turn. It's only one turn, so it's not crazy, but if you do it mid-play for your opponent, if like certain decks have link ones and stuff, if they summon that link one, you just activate this underneath of that, and they're essentially locked out of the extra deck for the rest of the turn. It's a pseudo extra link, really. So that, or if it's a link 2 that has like diagonal arrows, you lock down that middle arrow so that they're kind of forced to the outside, so they can't work their way in. They're just locked down space-wise and kind of keeping them, tied up there. Pretty good, especially against nightmares. I mean, we see like the generic link boards with nightmares that only open up one zone with their arrows usually, and this is pretty good for locking down that one zone, stopping that play right then and there. Pretty cool. I like that it does this while also extending. Anyway, pretty good card. You think it definitely gets played in the deck for sure. We see the Weather Rainbowy Canvas. This is one of my other all-time favorite decks, probably like a top 10 deck. Both of these probably top 10 decks for me. Continuous Trap card as well. You can only control one of this. Makes sense. So as all the Weather Canvases do, they give their effects to monsters that are above it and next to the zone above it. So in that T formation, kind of above it, all monsters in those 3 zones will gain this card's effect. Pretty much says if your opponent controls a monster, quick effect, you can banish this card, whatever monster you're doing in the top 3 zones, to special summon a weather monster straight from the deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from your deck for the rest of the turn. Fair. Totally fair. This card makes the level 6 monster much more viable, at least as a one-of, because it protects all your weathers. So it makes, like, if your opponent's going second, well, alright, so if they're going second, you wouldn't be able to get this anyway, but, if they have backroom move, if that's their way of combating you, done. Not going to happen. Suck it up, it's not going to happen. Like, weathers are a ramp deck, so they start slow, but they work their way up. They keep banishing their monsters, but their monsters come back every standby phase. So your opponent can't get the monsters like permanently off the field. They just keep coming back. And eventually your opponent just gets overwhelmed. They realize they're in too big of a hole that you've just been getting stuff every turn. Like, you've just been, doubling your resources every turn, and eventually the duel's over. They just can't out-resource you. And this helps that go by quicker. After turn 1, it's a trap card, so you got to set it anyway. After turn 1, this card special summons a monster every single turn. This card's so good. This card is so good because sometimes you don't want to use your one search a turn with the one with your snowy canvas to search a monster for next turn to normal summon, and you don't have to now if you don't want to, because you have a free special summon anyway. Like, as long as you have 2 weathers, you banish one to special and you banish one to search a card. And it's really, really good. You have a really good resource card here that helps the deck kind of ramp, but whereas the ramp may have looked like this before, like hold on, like may have gone from like here to here, now it's like from here to like here. It's just gonna ramp twice as fast, pretty much, which is really nice. I like that a lot. This card's really, really good. I would have loved another maybe good removal card, but we have solid removal cards. Not super beat up about it. But the last card here is Chain Hole. This is a whole normal trap card. So Traptrix, with their new Link monster, have another card to add to their archetype, their arsenal of searchable trap cards here. When your opponent activates a monster effect in a chain response to a card or effect's activation, negate that activation, then your opponent can banish one card with the same original name as the negated cards from their hand or deck. If they do not, you can banish one random card from your opponent's hand. It's a little specific. I'd have to like wait and see like what decks, what matchups this actually is like good in. Because there's definitely going to be decks this can just like punish, because there are decks that just chain and chain and chain out their own stuff, and that's when it's great. But it has to be a monster effect, so it can't be a spell or a trap, which is a lot of decks do. A lot of decks chain spells and traps. Not as many monsters. But if they don't have another card in hand or deck, you can punish them immensely by getting a free banish of a random card in their hand as well. So I think it's okay. I think it's kind of specific. I wish it was a little generic. I wish it was just like if your opponent activated a card in chain, like in a response to chain or whatever, negate it. I also didn't destroy, so I think it's okay. I don't think it's definitely not bad, but we already have good trap hole cards. And this does add a little something, in chain, helps with the trap holes, like mid-chain, helping like disrupt some stuff. It's okay. But the weather card is very good. The musketeer card is really good. The incantation seems pretty good to me. And then both of these are pretty good for their archetypes. Like literally all 6 of these are bomb, except for the chain one is like okay. So yeah, let me know what you think. Which one of these are 6 different archetypes, so let me know which one you're the most excited about. And yeah, tell me if these aren't good, because I think they're all good. I think they're all good, for real. Because I'm going to get the hell out of here, though. This video is already probably longer for 6 cards than it should have been, but you know how I get rambling. I'm sorry. I apologize there. Regardless, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more stuff from me in the future, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dip on out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend and holiday. Sheesh.